Live every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is. You show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox Postgame Podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is, fuck! Hey, welcome into the ToddFox Postgame Show with your host, ToddFox. That is me on Halos in the Infield Network. And first and foremost, it's 714 Tickets. 714 Tickets. 714 Tickets is the place to be to get your tickets to concerts, to events, to sporting events. You get 10% off every single time you put HITI in the promo code at the end and checkout. 5% off towards your next purchase, and also get into an entry for a free jersey courtesy of Halos in the Infield. But first of all, again, check us out for the $55 tickets for July 1st. That's coming around the corner, so be on the lookout for that. So hopefully, good Friday to you and everyone along with you and your family. Hopefully you enjoyed another Angels victory. Now, there's a few things I want to say about this game, and that is it's always good to take game one. And like I said in the title, the Royals play as bad as their city connects. Boy, those are some ugly, like non-imaginative city connects. They're terrible looking. But the Angels besides that, the Angels did a good job. We're playing the worst team in baseball right now. They're currently on a 10-game losing streak as we speak. But the Angels get a big victory because every victory is good. And I'll tell you this from right off the bat. Right off the bat, before I go any further on what happened in this game, I will offer an apology. And I never go back on my words. How I feel is how I feel. But you know what I did yesterday or today? I listened to the replay of last night's post game, and I will say this. I came off very negative Nancy, which, I call it out. I call the shit out when it's bad, it's bad. When it's good, I give the praise. But last night, I nitpicked a lot because my mindset was thrown off. Now, PTSD is a real thing. And I'll say this first and foremost. It's not to be joked around about or anything else like that. PTSD comes in all sorts of forms. But as a sports fan, my PTSD came in because everything that was wrong with the Angels baseball season last year and the best pitching I've ever seen up until this year was last year's staff, bullpen, and starting rotation. And to constantly cover this team last year and watch them lose 3-0, 3-1, 2-1, 1-0, shutout. It drove me nuts. And the key component behind driving that bus of just shit offense, besides the other weaklings in the lineup at the time due to injury and other things, was Squid. Squid was the only thing on my mind because I'm like, this guy really sucks. Like you can see that you could put anybody out there. They always say Babe Ruth played plumbers. Well, plumbers could play better than Squid. And I just got tired of it. So yesterday, I'm offering an apology because, again, like Sean and a few others, they were right, like some of my takes were a bit off because I was tempered in a way because I was so angry about him, and I'm still giving him the nachos tonight. Spoiler alert. He still gets it. I don't care if he got a walk. I don't care if he got a double. He still gets some nachos tonight because he sucks. He sucks ass. You already called up Stefanik like we wanted to the other night, and he wasn't in the starting lineup for some reason. I don't understand that. But it is what it is. I'm not going to focus too much on the negatives because there's a few things to talk about tonight, and we'll get into it because there's actually a worse hitter out there in the lineup tonight than freaking Squid, and that's saying something. So we'll get into that. Let's start off with the numbers, though. The Angels get the 3-0 win tonight. Patrick Sandoval does something that we really needed to get done, and that was break that 5-game losing streak that he was on. And he did a good job tonight against the league's worst hitting squad. They got shut out once again tonight. Sandoval goes a nice 7 innings tonight. Brandon Drury let off in the first inning, saved an RBI chance. But the Angels did a couple things in this early in the game too. They almost ran themselves out. Well, they ran themselves out of 2 innings. A strike him out, throw out. Someone got caught in a pickle. You know, it was just some bad base running. But the Angels held on to that 1-0 lead after Brandon Drury singled to knock in Shohei, and it was 1-0 till the 6th inning. And then Brandon Drury came through again with a nice double down the line, got down in the side of the wall over there, and then Trout came all the way around from first, showing you that speed. And it was 2-0 Angels, and you felt like right there it should be 6-0 at that point. But, hey, they did a good job. And then, of all things, the guy I hate, like I said, I love everyone that wears an Angel jersey, has the Angels across their chest. You know, I may change my mind on them when they leave or whatever like that. But when you're wearing that Angel red, you're wearing the Angel jersey. I'm your guy. I root for you, except with the asterisk Squid. But Squid doubled. Then they loaded the bases, and they got a walk right there on Theis. Theis was like, bro, that was too low. And they gave him a walk, and he got that run in. And it was 3-0. There was a couple instances in this game where I was kind of annoyed. Matt Theis had an opportunity earlier with a leadoff double to bunt a runner over. He decided not to. The Angels didn't get a run in that inning. Same thing happened later in the game. They had a guy after Drury had drove it in a run. They should have laid down a bunt. They didn't do it. Instead, Drury stays at second base. So there's a couple missed opportunities, but that's all the scoring they did tonight. The Angels would win this game 3-0 on 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Royals had 0 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Their lineup pretty much didn't do too much at all. Again, only the 4 hits, 1 for Prado, 1 for Witt, 1 for Olivares. Sandoval got into a couple jams right there, but he got double plays when he had 2 men on twice in this game, got key double plays. The Royals stranded like 3 guys at third base. So it wasn't that bad. I mean, they were 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. They left 7 guys on. Sandoval made the pitches when he had to. He's still a bit flat with that slider. The slider still, he's having some problems with it, locating it for strikeouts and stuff like that. But this was by far one of his best performances of the year. There's not really too many guys to look at on the Royals and be like, oh, it's Nacho night, because there was no 3 strikeout performances, no 4 strikeout performances. The bullpen wasn't lit up. The starting pitcher, Singer, did all right, even though he had a 6 ERA coming in. So you can't really crap on those kind of guys. Now, for the Angels, you can look at Moniak. Although he had 2 hits, he was 2 for 5, and he had the hat trick with 3 strikeouts. Then you had Ohtani getting on base 3 more times tonight, 2 more walks and a hit. He would score a run tonight, but he had the 1 strikeout. That's okay. Mike Trout, you could say, okay, he went 1 for 4, but he also walked. So he got on twice. That's, for him, for superstars like him and Ohtani, you want to see them get on at least twice a night if they can. Because like a walk and a single, something like that. I'll take that from Trout. That's good. I think his bat will start coming around, but if you look at what he's done, I heard on the radio on the way home, he's batting 114 for the month of freaking June. That's amazingly bad. That's the worst of his career. Drury got 2 more hits. That was really good to see. Again, those are the reason why the Angels had the lead in the first place. 2 RBIs as well. Matt Theis got an RBI on the walk, so he was productive, although Kang twice. Renfroe was good to see to get his average over to 243. He got 2 hits. Then Walsh put up a donut. He went 0 for 4. Renifo put up a donut. He's been batting about 150. He's now 6 for his last 40. You have some guys that are just in some real funks. And Velasquez, I'm not even going to give you his numbers because he sucks ass. Angels went 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. So although you win 3-0 tonight, although you get really good pitching, this should have been a blowout. 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 10 men on base. Sandoval goes 7 innings, only 4 hits allowed, 4 walks though. He could have, if he doesn't walk those batters, he probably complete the game against the Royals. But it is what it is. That's a quality start. 7 innings, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. He gets the W. Sam Bachman, how about him again? Continues to put up zeros after his first appearance. He gets his first ever save. He goes 2 innings, so don't look for him to be available tomorrow. So 2 strikeouts there in the 2 innings pitched. So that's not bad right there. In attendance was 19,000. 2 hours and 41 minutes was the game. Angels' grandma was there. Your bench that could have played tonight, although they weren't going to play him, was Rendon. You had Stefanik, you had Wallach, and Ward on the bench. So very thin bench right now. And you had a full bullpen right there too. So you were okay from that standpoint. Okay, so with that being said, the Angels got a 3-0 win. Let's get into the awards for tonight. Let's give you out the Stamoses. The John Stamos Award for Best Player on the Field tonight is going to go to 2 people again, as I like to give out multiple things like balls. I'm going to give out the award tonight for the best players on the field. And just like I like to give out balls, like you guys like to hear me.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Well, the John Stamos Award's going to go to 2 people tonight. That's going to go to Patrick Sandoval, number 1, breaking his 5-game losing streak and getting out to a 7 innings of shutout ball for another shutout for the Angels. The Angels win 3-0. He goes 7 innings, so he gets a Stamos. And the other Stamos goes to Brendan Drury. Without his offense tonight, we don't probably win this game. And maybe it was Theis's walk with the bases loaded, but nice play for Brendan Drury tonight, getting the big 2 hits to drive in the runs. Now let's get into the Nacho Night Award.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
I guess what right now we need to think about is what to do with Jared Walsh. Because he has shine on him. We like him. He's a local, not a local kid, but he's our homegrown guy and everything. We want him to return back to 2021. Jared Walsh, he had a rough year last year, and we were hoping that he'd come off the injuries and just bat and do good. But he hasn't done it, and he had little time in rehab to come back. I thought that was pretty much a telling sign that they probably should have went with Urshela a little bit more before he got hurt. I thought that they should have had, better options to fill in for him. But here's my thing right here. Jared Walsh, and I want to ask you guys, maybe that should have been the poll question instead of about the trade deadline and depth help, is what to do with Jared Walsh. I mean, because my dad right now, he's convinced. He's like, boy, that guy's a waste of an out. I really think that he should be sent down. I mean, do you send him down? Do you just say, hey, man, work on your stuff down there, go to the Trash Pandas, go to the freaking Salt Lake, and let's see what you could do? Is it too much of an ego hit for him? I mean, the guy's batting 111 now, 111. He's literally 7 for, I think the last stat I saw was 7 for 63 or 64 or 6 for 64. That's terrible. He can't hit the broadside of the barn. The best looking hit he hit was the other day where he doubled down the line against Texas. He hasn't drove in anything. He has just his bat swings are flat. He looks terrible out there. I mean, but then again, you look at his defense, and his defense is rock solid. So it's like, well, we might lose the defense at first base, but damn, we can't be having automatic outs, because at the same time, what do? Do you say when Fletcher comes off bereavement, do you bring him up to maybe spell Renifo? Because as much as Walsh is struggling, Renifo's struggling too. And we got Stefanik up to help out with depth. Do you switch him out for Renifo, or do you bring Fletch up, or do you go with Soto? Something's got to be done here, because I was hearing that Renfroe was taking practice at first base. That's to get Moniak more outfielding time, and then also maybe or Ward as well, to get Moniak out there, and also someone to cover first base, because I think everyone knows that Ward at some point is going to get hot. Renfroe's going to get hot at some point. Right now, you got basically nothing with Velasquez, you got nothing with Renifo, and you got 0 with Walsh. We can't be having these big gaps in the lineup to where, again, if you had even anywhere kind of decent hitting tonight, you blow the Royals out. You really blow them out, but you have too many gaps in between our hitters. And then to top it off, Trout isn't hitting 100% either, obviously. So that's a guy that's giving outs away too. So again, with all the good pitching we've gotten, we could be doing far more better in the as far as these games are concerned, not being so tight with a team that's in now 18-51. I mean, we should have blown them out of the water with a guy with an ERA of 6.57. I'm not taking away from the win. The win's a win. It's still good, but the fact of the matter is we can get better, and Perry might have to pull some strings within the organization very fast here, and so does. I mean, you could ride with these guys as long as you can, Phil, but it's sometimes you need to make an adjustment and send a message. And I think Walsh needs to ride the pine or go back to Salt Lake for a little bit. That's just my opinion. But the Nachos are going to go to Mr. Jared Walsh tonight, 0 for 4. He looked lost up there again. And just for the hell of it, I don't care what you guys say. And I apologized yesterday for dampering the spirits and everything, but I am not apologizing for Velasquez hate. I will hate Velasquez until he's off this roster, and even then, I'll still hate him. He's PTSD for me for last year. He's one of the main cogs of why that team was so shitty last year offensively. So yes, Velasquez, I don't give a shit what he did in the numbers tonight. He outdid Renifo and he outdid Walsh, but no, he's still getting a helping of nachos. So Walsh and freaking Velasquez get the nachos tonight. Let's go over here to the comments. Let's see. Sapphire, which is our boy EQ, says too easy tonight. Dan Rio says we're tied for 7th place, mofos. Light that baby up. And yeah, real quick, did you guys see the standings? The standings as they play out right now. Texas lost. I'm just feeling that I was right there because Texas is falling backwards, playing Toronto. And I remember some people were just telling me we can't catch them. They're too good. They're going to stay hot. Well, they're now only 3.5 up on us. And just consider this. If we had swept, we'd be 2.5, maybe 1.5 back of them. Houston right now is 3.5. They lost to Cincinnati. So hell yeah, right there. We are tied for 2nd place. Angels are 40-32, a season high, 8 games above 500. And Nick House says right away we're going streaking, and I think you know what's coming next. I think you know what's going next.
Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
Angels don't need to trade for more offense. They are fine on offense, and the bullpen needs to go after another starter. Okay. I mean, I'm just asking questions. Drury killing it tonight, Dan Rio says. Also, light that baby up. Angels won, Astros and Rangers lost. Hell yeah. The season starts today. Honk, honk. And what about this one?
The best-looking guy to ever walk the face of the earth. John Stamos.
Anymore. I just can't. And they can fire me if they want. But I can't sit around and listen to negative phone call after negative phone call. If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up with Sosha's got to go. It's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. Forget it. Let it go. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
The season starts tonight, everybody. Josh says, and my fellow classmate gets the dub for the Angels. Let's fucking go, Bachman. Hell yeah, Josh. That's cool. Angels getting cocky right now. Uh-oh. Are they getting cocky, Roger? I think they are.
I was pretty cocky. I want balls and John Stamos.
Wait till the deadline. Wait for what for? So prices possibly go up. Get the pieces now. Squiddy Poo loves you, Todd. He wanted to make you proud. Yeah, right. Box score. Rangers and Houston both lose. We up. I love it. Let's see. Angelo Rio says Walsh, Anaheim Angels won. David Rosca checks in. He loves Squid, guys. Yeah, right. Don says we're getting closer to that division. I could smell it. You could smell it. Also, let's see, y'all got love for, you got to stop the Squid love. Squid is a joke. How is he even in the lineup? I'm so annoyed. I am too. Also, Gary C says needed a nice easy W tonight. Good teams do that. They play weaker teams. Maybe they are legit now. Doing it with so many injured guys on top of that. Let's go. That is the one thing to take out of this whole thing. With the injuries and everything piling up, that if you're able to still get W's and not use the excuse train of injuries, and because, again, no one's going to feel sorry for us with all these injuries, that's pretty good. and that is something to take out of this game too. I mean, I really feel that's pretty awesome. Let's see. Way to go, Bachman. Angelo also says Cabbage. Cabbage could. Again, I'm surprised a lot of these guys have come up this early. I would have thought September stuff, but the need is now, so it wouldn't surprise me if Cabbage came up, but I'm still advocating for him in September. I wouldn't play, let's see, I wouldn't want to play the Angels right now, I'm just saying. Anna says, yay, the Angels won today. Don says, Bachman is doing well right now. I love seeing him get more and more comfortable. He looks solid, doesn't he, guys? He looks very solid. Wonder if someone will get killed at Doyer Stadium tonight. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see the videos and how the fans act tonight because there's going to be a lot of backlash with that. Dan says 2 hours and 41 minutes. Too damn fast. I hate the clock. That's the problem. Let's see. Let's all get sarcastic. Yeah, we would have probably won 1-0. The Royals do suck. Let's see. Box score says send Walshy down. Camfrey says glad we got the W at this point with all the injuries we have. Any win we can, I'll take it. Glad we are taking advantage of the opportunities. Texas, Houston, and New York losing tonight. That's the thing. I mean, we looked at this series and we said don't have a letdown. After you played really good against Texas, you played them 3 out of 4. You beat them. We were all surprised. Let's take care of business against Kansas City. And tomorrow we face Mike Myers, former Angel, I believe. I have to check the pitching probables on that because I'm not sure if it's going to be Mike Myers because it was first scheduled to be Mike Myers tomorrow for Kansas City. Yeah, it is. It's going to be Mike Myers and then Zach Greinke. Mike Myers, former Angel, and then Zach Greinke 1-6. So these are pitchers that we should be able to beat, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. We still got to play the games. Sick of watching him. A waste of a bat for Walsh, the box score. I'm kind of there with you. So is my dad. Ray Ochoa says on Baseball Savant, it would say Walsh has one option left. Not sure if it's correct, but I think he could go down, and they should bring up Trey Cabbage. I don't think Trey Cabbage could play first base, and I think that's how the team thinks right now. Is they don't want to send someone down if they don't have a replacement to play defensively. So we'll have to see how that goes. But that's a good point right there, Ray. Jesus says send him down and get a personal hitting coach. You said it yourself. You would trade defense for offense, and I would right now because I think this team does need some more pop in the lineup. It does because some guys have underperformed, but we'll have to see. Lob City, thank goodness for defense, Ryan Gosling says. Also, Angels 2-0 with Todd's favorite Squiddy and Pooh in the lineup. It's not because of him, Rally Chris. What's going on with Daniel Murphy? He still needs more at-bats before he gets any kind of call-up. Gary C. says Bachman deserves major props. Held it down and a dominant. Hope he can keep that up. He's been really solid so far, guys. Donald Bacon says, am I the only one that wants to see what Trey Cabbage can do at first? Well, let's see. I mean, look, he's an outfielder and a first baseman. I do want to see him up here, but my thing is this team has had a track record of killing rookies and hurting rookies like Adele and Ward at times because it took Ward forever to come up here and do something. The other guy, Thaiss. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to, I really want to see him get enough time down there, but maybe I'm wrong because recently it seems like everyone they've pulled up has contributed, from the minors. So maybe that's that's something that's going to happen. I'm just not used to seeing it as an Angel fan. You know what I mean? This has never happened to where they just start, and it hasn't happened since the Erstad, Salmon, the Gloss, all those guys that were just handpicked that just started coming up and producing. It hasn't happened since then. All of a sudden, we're bringing all these rookies up and they're making good moves. Or they're playing good. It's like, wow, I'm not used to this. It's been a long time. Martin says Walsh needs to go down and Squid just needs to go anywhere but here. I just don't care. Shut up, Nacho boy. Let's see. Don't matter what Squiddy Poo does. Aha, I'm still going to not want his ass on this team. Me too, Alex. The chair says great outing by Sandoval. As I said in the pregame, he needed a start like this, and you called it. And if you're not watching the chair's pregame show, what the hell are you guys doing? Whenever you see that live notification, you got to go over and catch the chair. He breaks down every game. He'll get you set for what's about to come up. So there you go. Check his show out. I love his pre-games. Sean Island says, fuck the wild card. We coming for that division. And I can't tell you no. Nobody can tell you no. When you're under 5 games and you're right there, you're within striking distance. Again, they've got Toronto again. Houston's got a unpredictable Cincinnati Reds team, which is playing red hot with more rookies than we got. And I like their chances, dude. They got 3 more with Houston, and then you look at what they got right now with the Rangers got Toronto, and they got them 3 more games, and then they go to Chicago, where Chicago's kind of like night and day. Sometimes they'll play you good, sometimes they don't. So I wouldn't expect a sweep either way. So I think Texas is going to take another loss or two, between the next 6 games. So with what we've got to look at right now is we got these remaining 2 games here with the Royals, and then we got off day, and then 2 with the Dodgers. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of fun, dude. We're gonna have to see what happens. I mean, the Jaime Kershaw game is gonna be very interesting. The Detmers Grove game is going to be interesting because Michael Grove is a starter for the Dodgers that has not panned out. And, we keep calling up rookies that actually make impacts. They are calling up rookies that aren't making impacts. So I like that game with Reed Detmers pitching much better in his last 2 to 3 starts. So I'm assuming and I'm hoping that we get that W there. It's the Kershaw game which gives me shitters because he is the greatest regular season pitcher I've ever seen. Postseason, he's as good as Squid. So I think Jaime, though, I have faith in Jaime. I mean, he's given us at least 5 every start or close to it. I like him to give us a good 5. That's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close freaking game. The key for us in that game is knocking Kershaw out before the 6th inning, getting to that erratic Dodger bullpen. Never thought I'd say that because it's been like a decade of good bullpen for them, but they have an erratic bullpen, and we could take advantage of that. They're not as good as people think they are. They are not as good as people think they are. Let's see. When it comes to Walsh, I would send him down right now and keep him there for a month or 2 till he can consistently be productive on offense. I would just call up Cabbage and see what he can give you. Well, he might just get your wish. I hope to see that too, man. I don't want them to mess with his head. Philip Baker says the outfield is full right now. I hate to say it, but we should move Ward in a trade if possible. Moniak needs to start every game. And it's kind of hard to argue with that, Philip, because the guy's batting nearly 400 when he's freaking in there. I mean, again, 2 hits tonight. You could say he had the hat trick, but he's always productive. He's always doing something. He plays good defense. He's pretty good on the bases as well. So it's like you got to play him. I mean, if anything, maybe you just train Walsh or not Walsh, but Ward to play first, or they're even experimenting with Renfroe. So maybe you put, you keep Ward in left and you put Moniak in right. I don't know. They're trying to do something. Sid the Kid says, "Hey Todd." Squid says hello. Fuck you, Squid. Let's see. Also, Don says, "Yep, we got to win with our guys down. We got to hold it down." Gio broken pelvis. That sounds awful. No Gio for a long time. He could be done for the season, and he could be done as an Angel too. That could be the last time we see Gio. And what I hated is that he's probably one of our smartest hitters. He goes he takes what the pitchers give you. He goes to right field. He goes to left field. The only flaw in his game wasn't even defensively. It's just sometimes he would hit into a lot of double plays. So he killed us in a few instances, like he would do an Albert Pujols impression. But for the most part, when we needed a clutch sacrifice or an RBI hit or something or someone to get on, start a rally, he was doing it. See, if our boys keep winning like this, Todd, do you think we will be buyers at the deadline? Absolutely, Don. Right now, if we were to just stay like this the entire time, if we stay like this and we're 3.5 games out by the of the division, and we're right there locked in on one of the final wild card, we're buyers easily. We're buyers. Do you have the pitching problem? I just gave that off there. Try to hear. It's going to be Jaime versus Jaime versus Kershaw and Detmers versus some douchebag named Grove. The chair says Kansas City going with an opener tomorrow, and hopefully the Angels get further into an awful Kansas City bullpen. Yeah, the Kansas City Royals are, I thought Oakland was the worst team, but Oakland surpassed them. Kansas City is now the worst team record-wise and as far as hitting and pitching. You can put a halo over this one, Brian says. Speaking of trades, our priority should be a number 2 starter in the infield, depending on where we stand at the deadline. That's true. Drury can play first, Dan. I forgot about that. Ryan says, looks like people are rallying their monkeys at Doyer Stadium tonight. Oh, yeah, that's looking ugly already. You got prayer stuff out there and all kinds of stuff. Todd has a squid thong. He also dresses like him on the weekends. Well, yeah, I mean, it was June 29th of last year when they did the dress like squid bullshit. Ray says Trey has been playing first base for the Bees lately. That could be an indication. More specifically, depends on injuries and how this teams are doing in next month, Brian says. Also, Trey Cabbage playing first base. He played first base in Mexico in their winter league with the Tomatoes. And I'm not even going to say that. My English is terrible. My Spanish is worse. Let's see. He also plays first base for the Bees. All right, good looking out there, Jesus, as well. Sid the Kid says, instead of the Nacho Award, maybe you should name it the Squid Award. That's what I was asking, if I should do that next year. You know what I mean? If we should make it the Squid freaking award, whether he's here or not. Hopefully he's not. But I think we're already losing. We're forgetting Paul Sorrento already. Hanky Panky says dominant performance by Squid today. Vote for Squid to get his first All-Star game. Why are you guys so into Squid? I just.
How dare you?
Don says, I want this division title so bad it would be a huge win for us. Absolutely. Dan also says we must sweep KC. I totally agree. And then we go on the road to the Rockies. High May or High Me. Oh, jeez. Don Hammond says Shohei is pitching against the Dodgers. Todd, he is. Well, because I went on MLB, the pitching probables, and that's who they got set up for the – I didn't know they were going to pitch Shohei. So if they are, that's even better for us, right? Let's see. Also, no, I don't drink, so maybe he is he? And then I thought that Wednesday's game is Ohtani. They said that before. I'm telling you, I'm just going by with the usual MLB probables. So maybe that's wrong. I would love to beat the Doyers in both. We have to beat the Doyers in both, dude. They're actually catching up in wins all-time series. I can't stand them. Hanky Panky says, would you give up Squid, or would you give Squid a 10-year personal service contract after he retires like the one Pujols got? You know, Pujols isn't even serving that. He went to the MLB Network, so he's getting twice the money, that greedy bastard. So, no, I would not give him anything. Put Drury at first and bring up Fletcher. Give him one more shot. I might actually go with that one as well. Donald Bacon says, put Ward at first. That would be crazy to take the best arm in baseball out of right field. Ward? You mean Renfroe. Renfroe's one of the best arms in right field. Also, I really hope we sweep Gio's. He is one of my I hope we keep Gio. He's one of my favorite Angels, Don says. Ryan Gosling says Daniel Murphy could get called up to play first base. I don't know about that, dude. That to me smells like a retread of all retreads, so I'm not too happy with that one. Don says, you think we will see Kai Bush in September this year or next year? I think for the way he got that injury to start the season and he's barely starting to pitch for the Trash Pandas, he would have to blow people away literally to freaking have an opportunity to get called up. I would see him pitch for the Angels next year, especially in spring training, and we'll see if he'll get an opportunity to get maybe like a 5th or 6th spot, depending if Shohei's here. Dan Rio says Squid Award should be the Squidward Trophy. Ray says, we honestly just have to hope that Neto isn't out for a long time because the lineup now is starting to look like it did last year. Yeah, it's starting to fall apart a little bit. And you know, again, you got a lot of holes because you got guys going 0 for 4. You can't be having that, dude. Like literally, you can't be having those kind of holes because, again, like tonight, you left 10 men on base tonight. If you have any kind of consistent hitting, this game is completely different. You pretty much beat them 6 or 7-0. Daniel Jacobson says, Velasquez.
Emotional damage.
Do it because, I mean, it should be game over for him. Sid the Kid said also, wait a minute, box score says Burns, Miller at third base, outfielder Perkins for Cuero, Rada, Sandoval, Ward, would you? Or for Cuero, Sandoval, Ward, trade Burns, Miller, and Perkins. Whew. That's a tough one because I'd hate to give up on Sandoval. And I don't know what I've got with Cuero, but man, you already got a log jam if you're going to keep Theis long time. And if Hoppy comes back, those probably are 2 catchers, and then you still got Wallach. I would do that if I had maybe an insight. Like if if you're gonna win, you go for that trade. You make that trade. If you're gonna try to win this year. But I would think if I'm Perry, I'm whispering in Burns' ear like, "Hey man, extension. You want to get paid. They didn't pay you in Milwaukee. They screwed you in arbitration. Let me give you some money." I would sign him up, dude. I really would. That's a guy that if you get in your hands, you got to sign him long term. I would hate for Burns to be a rental. But, yeah, I would make that trade. I would. Squid said he was an extra room. He has an extra room for you. Screw you! Also, I'm honking my horn for Murphy. I'm not. I think it's going to be.
John Stamos choked on me.
Yeah, I think he's going to choke. Let's see. No award named after Squid. Once he's gone, we just want to forget he was even here. That dude is an absolute dick. See, Marty knows. Let's see. My trade swaps a middle to the back of the guy, the ace. You replace Gio, and Mickey gets the full time. That would be a good move right there because he'd be forced to play him full time. Don Hammond says, I want another solid starting pitcher and more bench depth. I would too. Angels are winning means MLB is mad because we aren't trading him. Boy, oh boy, you ain't lying, Sean, because they get so upset. They have nothing to talk about. You know, again, the MLB network they used to talk about all the teams, and I still like them. They're still far and away non-biased like ESPN, but they still have their East Coast love, and they still like – it's hard for them to talk about anyone west other than the freaking Dodgers. And, you know, they like to pump the Mariners a little bit. But when it comes to the Angels, boy, they love just writing pieces or freaking telling stories or making things up about potential landing spots for Shohei. And ESPN, if they're not talking about Red Sox, Yankees for the 90th time this year, they are always pumping hey, man, where's Shohei going to go? I think he'd look great in pinstripes. Oh, he's going to play with the Dodgers full term. He's going to be a $600 million man. Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, they do not like that we're winning right now. They do not like that because a big story for either one of those networks would be to get Shohei on the trade deadline and get him moved. And I don't think it's going to happen this year. Even if the Angels were to do a 14-game losing streak and tank, I think they're riding this bitch out the entire way. And I'm not calling Ohtani a bitch, but the situation. They're riding the situation being the bitch that it is because it sucks. To be honest with you, think about it. As the Angel fan that you are and that I am, we're watching the unicorn of baseball, the only dual player in the game that I'm not counting Babe Ruth. That's all BS. We're watching him on our team. And, you know, despite the futility of not getting him to the postseason, we could get to the postseason and it could be our last year with him. And I think that's bittersweet, getting to the playoffs. And then what if we lose him? I mean, that's a lot of pressure on not only the Angels, but the Angels fans. Because, I mean, we want to see this guy wear red the rest of his career. I want to see him playing and getting his number retired along with Erstad, have dual 17s and dual 27s retired with Guerrero and freaking Trout. I want to see that at Angel Stadium. I want to see Trout and Ohtani win a World Series. I really feel for the first time, and it just sucks the last year of his contract, this is the first time that the Angels have built something that we feel like, damn, this is something that goes back to before 2014 where we have a confident team on the field. We have confidence in the bullpen, confidence in the starting rotation, confidence in on the bench until recently with all the injuries. And we feel good about the minor league system. You know, all the young youth that's coming through here. The draft is going good. Like, for the first time since we've had Trout and for the first time since we've had Ohtani, we have a legitimate organization working despite Artie Moreno. You know, Artie Moreno's the big dick that's trying to kill the freaking thing at any chance he gets. But Perry's putting something together, whether we like the way he does stuff. Like, I'm not a fan of how Phil runs the bullpen or Perry runs the bullpen. But if I'm proven wrong and this team makes the postseason, I'll eat crow because it looks like from top to bottom there's a balance here for once. Yes, there's some infighting here and there. Yeah, we could talk about the chemistry, no leadership. There's all those negatives. But the fact is, whatever they're doing right now, we may not agree with it, but they're winning. So it's a catch-22, and it's also a catch-22 because I don't want to see this all crumble when it's all coming together. And I have a feeling that the way this organization is, we might take a year off if we lose Ohtani next year. Because they might just be like, well, we have to reevaluate everything now that he's gone. And they're going to wait too long, and they're going to wait on him instead of pulling moves to better the team for next year. So that could be – I mean, there's so much to talk about with this team moving forward after the season's over. We'll have plenty of time to talk about that. It's just right now it's just like every time my original thought before I went into the rant was I'm tired of hearing about that stuff because that stuff reminds me of the off season to come. I just want to sit back and enjoy the ride and enjoy the unicorn. And if Trout, the GOAT, can get going – those two playing on these high levels, if Trout can match or come close to what Ohtani's doing, this is going to be a fun rest of the season. And I think everyone else will fall into place. Guys will get healthy. They'll add depth. And this team will be really fun to watch, something we haven't seen in a few years. It's just, I don't want to get reminded by all the dumbass commentators who are trying to, like, take our fun away. The Squid Cocktail Award next year. Also, Don says, I hope they don't give up Cuero. He is a future star. He is. I'm not trading for Burns because we can sign him after the season. That's why I'm afraid of. If you're not doing a sign and trade, it's kind of hard to go after him because I don't want to use him as a rental. Box Score says Cuero is never get a starting opportunity with the Halos, in my opinion. We already made that rental trade mistake with Greinke in 2002, Ryan says. Daniel says also Murphy has not even played a game in Salt Lake yet. He's not an option right now. I agree. Todd wants to choke on Squiddy Poo. No, I don't. At Sean, you really want to compete with their teams for the services. I trade for him and throw in a bag for him. Said you're part of a 1-2 punch. Are the Angels able to trade Adele and Fletcher in these mock deals? I would like that. White Sox beating the Mariners 1-0. Looks like all the teams in the AL West are going to lose tonight except our Angels, so that is a good night. Adele barely has any value right now in trade values. Judging by Artie's comments, it sounds like he's willing to pay the guy and wants to keep him. Well, I hope he does. It's just you never freaking know. As you've been watching sports, I mean, things have been said before. I mean, we've been pleasantly surprised with this franchise, and then we've been thoroughly disappointed as well. Hanky Panky says, should we sign Suarez to a $500 million extension if we lose out on Shohei? No.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I know he was one of my comeback players of the year, but still.
You son of a bitch.
I want to see Squid playing in the postseason, damn it. Oh.
You son of a bitch.
Also, Griffin Canning is pitching great. He sure is. They need to stop wasting Squid's career.
You son of a bitch.
Shut up. Also, do you think the Angels will be the first by the All-Star break? Ooh, I don't know, man. I'd have to look at all their schedules moving forward, but it's kind of hard to say. Texas is reeling right now, which they're 3-7 in their last 10. So is Houston. We're 8-2. They're doing the things they have to do. And if you look now, the Angels, who were teetering around 0 or 1 or 2 for plus differential, they're all of a sudden a plus 23, and they're catching up to Houston, which is a plus 57. Houston was once a plus 100. Texas is still plus 142. That's going to take a long time for that to fall away. But just looking ahead, I mean, look, these Angels got to take care of business in Kansas City, see what these other teams do, and just keep winning baseball. And right now, Kansas City's 18-51. Don't look at them as teams that is just going to roll over. They're gonna play hard. I mean, they tried today. You can't say they didn't try. And a win's a win, but man, we got to play them better in these next couple games. Take care of business and see what happens in Houston and Texas. Let's see, but I can see it happening. But it's just it would be hard if the Angels can jump both those teams. Like if Houston were to go on another mini slump, then what happens? Who knows? Like I said, I'd love to see it, but we'll see. It's more likely we jump at least Houston. But we'll see. Texas could be falling out of first place before you know it. Rally Chris says, I think we're going to keep him because why would Artie not sell a team and stay here, probably to resign Ohtani to keep him here? I have a feeling that's why he did not sell a team. That's interesting, too. That is interesting, too. The chair also says it would be cool if the Angels found trade partners whom loves below-average infielders. That is true, chair. That is true. If we have a bunch of those, especially Squid. Marcus Stroman at the deadline. Absolutely. Marcus Stroman. And I want to pull that guy up real quick while I have a minute here. Let's see, Marcus Stroman, and I want to look up Burns right now as well to compare, because I believe he has another year left. You know, Stroman has another year left, I think. Let's see. Let me look at his stats here first. Where is it? Marcus Stroman. Okay, so his deal right now, he's got a player option for next year. So he's got a player option for next year. He's making $25 million this year. So he's already putting in the 8 for service time and everything else like that. Stats so far for Marcus Stroman, moving in here right now. Let's see. So the last few times he's pitched, the Chicago Cubs have won every game. They've won every game that he's pitched so far. In the last 5 outings. So against the New York Mets, they won 4-2. He picked up the win there. Against Tampa Bay, he won 1-0. Against San Diego, he won 7-1. Against San Francisco, he won 3-2. Against the Pittsburgh Pirates, he won 7-2. So he's only given up 7 runs in the last 5 starts. He pitched 8 innings, 9 innings, 6 innings, 6 2/3, and 6. The most hits he gave up in those 5 starts was 6. He's not a good strikeout guy per se as what we're used to, but he's averaging between 5 and 8 strikeouts per game, which is still not bad. So his regular season stats, because those are just his last 5. Let's see. I want to look at here. His regular season stats here for the Cubs right now is current regular season. He's 8-4 with a 2.45 ERA, 15 games started, 91 innings pitched. Hell yeah, I would go after this guy. I would get Marcus Stroman big time, especially with the Cubs being out of it. The hard thing to get Burns is the Brewers, as bad as that division is they're still irrelevant, or they're still relevant because they're in first place. They're tied with the Pirates. Right now, you look at him, he'll be a free agent after this year. He's 5-4 with a 3.44 ERA, 14 games started, 83 innings pitched, 83 strikeouts. So he's averaging 80. His last 7 games he's pitched 2-2 and 7 starts with a 3 ERA. He's only allowed 15 earned runs in those last 7 starts. So, again, he's been pitching good, too. 6 innings, 8 innings, 6 innings in his last 3 starts. So, and he's not getting the wins because his offense isn't that good in Milwaukee. So I wouldn't blame that on him. And, Cubs isn't much better. It's just they were given more runs for Stroman. So they've got similar numbers. I would take either one, but I would only take Stroman. I would only put Stroman over Burns for the fact that he has that player option, and if you can convince him to take that player option in the trade, like invoke it and take it, then yes, or exercise it, then yes, I would definitely take him for sure over Burns, but because you have that extra year. Stroman has an opt-out. He's going to opt out. Daniel Jacobson says, but if he's traded, he might stay. Should Trout play in the All-Star game or rest for the second half? I would definitely take him out and rest him. We lost Big Hammer, told us. Also, Rally Chris, because Artie loves signing big contracts, Trout, Pujols, Hamilton, Guerrero, Rendon, and the next is going to be Ohtani. I dare say it, Austin Cox is a dick. That is actually pretty funny. So,
wow, winning.
A rare joke that's good right there, Grillmaster. Trotter here says that's a problem with the big signings. These some of these guys end up currently are shit. Pujols, Hamilton, and Rendon. I agree. It's the Halo Honk line.
Yeah, buddy.
We won! Yay! I mean, I didn't really I wasn't surprised, but we won, which is pretty cool. Not taking any win for granted. So, yay.
Yeah, I mean, this was a nice win to get a shutout in Kansas City. Obviously, the Texas series would not mean much if we went in here and lost 2 out of 3. So you get that first game, and now, like the chair said, they're going to spot start tomorrow. So it's not going to be Mayers. So we'll see, and hopefully that bullpen's terrible, like he said. So hopefully the Angels can get some more runs tomorrow and put the game away a lot earlier.
Actually, it is Mayers. According to the schedule, I think it says Mayers. Let me check.
Yeah, it does say Mayers because that's what they were. It was. I don't have Ohtani against the Dodgers on my end, but apparently Ohtani's going to pitch that Dodgers series, and Mayers is going to be bumped for somebody else.
Yeah. I see Mayers for now, but it could change any minute. So, but hopefully it's Mayers. I don't like Mayers, man. He pitched shit for us, and when former Angels pitched shit against us, I just want to beat their ass. That's why I was pretty disappointed when we lost against Heat. Heat was ass against with us. So.
Yeah, that was disappointing because he only went 3 1/3, and he left guys on all over the place, and we just could not get that hit because every time I'm watching a game with my dad and they don't score with runners in scoring position, he just pops off every time. He's like, "Boy, they can't get a hit with runners in scoring position every time." And I have to hear that every time, but it's true.
Yeah. This is what, and also I couldn't call him yesterday, but this is my reaction when I saw Squid called up. That was my reaction. Seriously. I got pretty pissed off. I didn't want to see him in the lineup again. Like, seriously, that was the 2022 PTSD. Except for his defense was okay. That's Zach Neto level. His hitting, he got a hit, which is rare, but I don't want to see him in a lineup again. Just PTSD.
Yeah, I don't want to see him anymore either. I'm done with him, but unfortunately, the love that Phil has for him, it's going to continue. I mean, they're following up what Madden had for him. It's like, dude, I just have a feeling that they're going to waste Stefanik too. Like, they got him on the bench. Let's play him. Like, I'll be shocked if he's in the lineup tomorrow, like Stefanik. Yeah. But I would love to see him play tomorrow.
Yeah. But I'm glad the stretch of these games for these games are kind of like meh, except for the Doyers. But so we can rest these injured players like Neto, not Urshel, he's not coming back anytime soon, and Rendon. So we can kind of put our B team and let them rest. So maybe Neto might come back by the call up the Rocky series. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only problem with the oblique. You just don't know how long it could take. It could be anywhere from 1 to 6 weeks. It could be longer. Some guys battle with it all year, but he was feeling like he like he's ready. So, because he was saying, "Oh, I feel good." It was just cramping. But they're gonna watch that because if you strain or you tear an oblique, that's a season-ending injury. So the fact that he has a problem with his oblique right now, they're gonna take no chances, especially as good as he was playing, dude. Like that's the hardest thing to swallow. Like, he was playing really good, starting to come into his own, and then there you go.
Yeah, I think Neto will be back within a week because he says he feels better, and I trust his word.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want him. I don't want Squirt. It just gives me PTSD. Anyway, if you saw my DM, I think Mike Trout is losing his Mike Trout aura. You know why?
Why?
So, Hernandez was pitching against Ohtani and Trout, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell was he can throw up to 101, but he doesn't really need it. He doesn't throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Why was he throwing his 100-mile-per-hour fastball, his all against Ohtani, but not against Trout? I only saw his fastball rise up against Ohtani. he was throwing 99 to 100, but he wasn't throwing that to Trout because he knows it's an easy out. So Mike Trout needs to step it up because they're seeing him as an easy out, but not Ohtani.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, there was a couple times in this game where they just didn't want to pitch to Ohtani, and they just pitched him to a walk. And you look at what Trout's doing, and I said it a couple weeks ago. I said he needs to start hitting the right field because that'll get his timing down. Because right now he's so late, he's fouling everything into the right field stands. And when I was listening to the game, because I missed the first few innings coming home from work, so I was listening on the radio, and Mark Langston's like, we're just not used to seeing him play like this. He's eventually going to get out of the jam, but right now he's so late on fastballs, he should go the other way. And I'm like, I've been saying that, if I can't get it relayed, Mark should go down there and tell Thames, hey man, work with him on going the other way because it's working for Ohtani. Ohtani was pulling everything, and now it seems like he's going to left field and he's getting a lot of success.
Ohtani, yeah, you're right. Ohtani, you know why he stopped hitting home runs in the second part of the season? Well, I think it kind of had to do with the home run derby, but the home run derby caused him to pull everything. Yep. That's why he couldn't. He was striking out. His swing was a mess. Now he's all his four home runs that came in the Texas series was Apple Taco. Even his double today, that was an apple.
Yep.
So he's very good.
Yeah, when he's locked
right
in,
now.
he works walks too when he's trying to go the other way. Because the other ones will come. He'll pull one and he'll hit one out. But I don't care. I mean, if he hits every one of them to left field, that's good. Like he doesn't have to hit them all the right field. So I'm glad that whatever he's doing right now, stick with it because he's staying hot. He's got a good batter's eye right now. He's just on everything. He's in. Yeah. And when he doesn't see something he likes, he's not swinging like he was at everything. Now he's like, all right, I'll take a walk. Let's see what the guys can do behind me. And that's where Trout needs to step up because he's getting on base. Yeah. Trout's got to start knocking him in.
Yeah, I'm also excited for the Rockies series, and I want to see Ohtani hit like a huge bomb.
I want to see Trout to do that too up there, man. I want to see those guys blast off against the Rockies.
Yeah, I hope Ohtani doesn't pitch against the Rockies because that's what ESPN says, but hopefully that's not the case because Ohtani's going to get lit up on that game.
Yeah, I don't want to see him pitch up there either. It's not a pitcher's ballpark to say the least.
Yep.
All right, my man.
I think we're gonna win the series. I mean, better sweep because this isn't like Texas, but we need to still win the games. So,
these are big because we're gonna be picking up some games in the standings. It looks like. So
we're actually second and third place in the wild card, which is really cool. We're also tied for second, so we need to keep winning. Take advantage of these shitty teams and go Angels.
Exactly. All right, Supra. Go Angels.
Yep. Go Angels.
It's the Halo Honk line.
Hey, what's up, Todd?
What's up, Landon?
Nothing, just pretty psyched.
Yeah, they're back in the playoff race, right?
Yep, another big win. And Sandoval, I've got to rank. I don't know what Randy's saying about Trey Sandoval. Tonight was a good performance by him.
Yeah, I mean, he could show you. I mean, there's still some things that he needs to work on, like the strikeouts are down, the slider's not moving much. But when he's on his game and he's not, goofing too much, and he's got good defense behind him, then you're pretty good. So like he's again, he broke the 5-game losing streak. He needed this win. But I want to see him do this in his next start against another opponent because it looks like he'll be pitching in Colorado.
Yeah, and same goes with Ward. I am tired of. We shouldn't trade him. He's right now is a good defensive player, and he's getting back into the swing of things. Give him some time. Whereas players like Adele and Squiddy Poo, goodbye. See you later. We don't need you.
Yeah, I'm not. I've already given my take on that. I can't stand that guy. If you're able to play Ward or Renfroe at first base, hopefully Ward, because I think the caller was right, or the person in the comments said that we didn't want to lose the best outfield arm, which is Renfroe. I agree with that because I still think Renfroe's going to get hot here really soon, and we're going to be able to ride that wave along with Drury because Drury's playing pretty good. He's starting to really hit now, and if you can get Ward going, if somehow Trout can get going, I think Walsh might be broken right now, so you might have to give up on him. That's where I'm at with him.
Walsh is one of those guys who's like Trouty, our own guy, our own Captain Clutch.
Yeah, he's
all or nothing, but way worse than Trout.
Yeah, I mean, at least Trout's working walks. At least Trout's like he's brought. I would say the last 2 weeks he's brought in the strikeouts down a bit. He's still striking out in situations he shouldn't be, but you are having more contact with Trout, and it's just there's nothing there for Walsh, man. If you have to sum up Walsh's at bats in one word, I'd say lost. He just looks lost
pathetic.
Up there.
Yeah, I would say pathetic.
Yeah. He looks terrible.
And it's just like, tonight was a good win, but you could have ran away with the game.
Yeah,
we're talking about one of the bottom teams in the entire league.
Yep.
And you could have ran away with it. But it's like, how many times do they got to serve you chances with runners in scoring position before you go, oh, we should take this opportunity and run away with the damn game? If we did that again in Game 3 against Texas, who knows? We probably could have swept Texas.
And plus you have, like, what was it, their catcher? He's hurt with a contusion. He may or not play.
Right.
Not Sandoval. What's their catcher for the Royals? Why am I blanking on his name? He's a guy that always kills us, number 15. Anyway, it'll probably pop up in the comments. But that dude's been out, and he might miss another game or two. Depends. We might not see him till Sunday. He got hit in the hand right before he played. He's usually the guy that kills us, and that's like their only threat besides I think Witt Jr. Other than that, there's nobody scary on that lineup. Nobody.
But I say we do throw Luke and see if we can throw him to Kansas and try and get Chapman over in an Angels jersey. Because, let's face it, Kansas is going to take anyone they can get because they're so far out of the playoff race that I think it's safe to say they're done with it. Their season's over.
Well, yeah, their season's over, but I don't know if getting Chapman now would be needed. I mean, if you're getting good production from the other lefties more when he comes in there, you may or may not need him. I don't know. I don't know what Perry's going to do, but I trust him right now with the pitching because he's got the pitching.
Stroman, though, I see really getting a Stroman.
Yeah, I would like Stroman. I mean, the chair thinks he's a head case, and he may be right on that. I trust his takes, but damn, he's pitching really good for the Cubs. You can't deny that. You just can't. But all right, Landon, well, good call, my man. We still got the dub tonight. Seeing more in the comments.
Yeah, my prediction for taking 2 out of 3. Yeah, the worst case for taking 2 out of 3 from Kansas.
All right. We'll go with that.
See ya.
All right, later. All right, that's Landon right there. Let's see. Yeah, it is Salvador Perez. Sean said, fuck off, I got it first. Let's see. Absolutely correct slots. 100% correct slots of doubles for Trout. Going the other way with the occasional triple or a home run, but with his speed would be great. Should we trade for someone for Boston? That's definitely any bottom feeder team can do it. Daniel Jacobson says Stefanik is not a shortstop. I know that. But plus, not good defensively. I know that too. I would still stay. What the?
Fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
What the? Okay. Boy, there's a lot of Shirley Temples going on right there. There's a lot of Shirley Temples. But getting back to the comment right here where he says, plus not good defensively, he probably gets in a game over Renifo. Now, Daniel, I know his defense isn't that good. It's the Halo honk line.
Hi, Todd! I'm Woo! I'm just kidding. It's Grillmaster.
Yeah, I know. It's Grillmaster. Hold on. Let me finish my comment real quick. I'm keeping you on the line. Hold on.
Go.
All right, so Stefanik is not – I know he's not a shortstop, plus not good defensively. He probably gets in the game over Renifo, Daniel Jacobson says. Now, my rebuttal to that is I understand Stefanik's not that good defensively. I understand he's not a shortstop. However, I would put him at second. I'd put Drury at first, and I would put a combination of Fletcher / Renifo at shortstop, because you need as much offense as you possibly can get to fill those holes. So I would give up a little bit of defense. Look, they used Stefanik a little bit for 5 or 6 innings last year at times, and then they went to a defensive replacement. So yeah, if not you, but if philosophy is so obsessed, and so is Perry, with keeping Squid on this team, if you're going to bring him in for a late inning defensive substitution, that's where you take Stefanik out, and that's where you switch around the Renifo over to second or Fletcher over to second, and then moving Squid to short. Okay, I got that off my mind. Go for it, Grillmaster.
Here I am, just going to say, I don't know if any of you caught it in the comments, it's a family emergency for David Fletcher. That is why he is on the bereavement list.
Mm-hmm.
So our hopes of getting David Fletcher called up are a bit on the slash side right now. So, dumbass didn't even look, and I beat him to the stop sign. What a dick. Anyway, where am I? Yes, that's a good win. Squid is only good for a late game replacement. He doubled tonight, which is good, but Todd, knowing you, even though he got a double, he still gave you emotional damage.
Oh my God.
Emotional damage.
It's true.
I was yelling for him in the 9th inning when he was batting to strike out. So when he walked, it's like
double emotional damage?
Yes. I just don't want to see him in there, man.
Can you give him credit when he does something positive? I know you hate him.
Nope. I can't give him any credit.
Why not?
I can't give him any credit, dude. Like I said, I'll root for anyone. 99.9% of the Angels that wear, of the Angel players that wear angels across their chest in some shape or form. But with Squid, it's like it's not possible for me. My hatred for him runs deep. I just don't want him a part of this team. He sums up everything to me that's what's wrong with this team. Like I had a shred, and I mean a shred of respect for him until he hit that home run against Boston last year, and he points and gives the cockiest look to our dugout like, yeah, it's me, boys. That's what I do on a nightly. It's like, fuck you, you do. You don't do shit. You got lucky. Just run the bases, keep your head down, high five when you get to the dugout. But no, Mr. Cocky.
I remember that. I've gone back and sometimes watched your old videos. There's this one random one I watched because somebody did your favorite song that you hate at the start of their call, but I don't think he's on our show anymore. His name was Vince.
Vince.
It was from last year.
Okay.
I don't. Maybe you don't remember at this point.
Okay.
I don't think he's been on. I don't think he's come onto our show, but it's a random one from last year. It was during the losing streak, and I can actually quote you on what you said.
Okay.
Because this was actually near that run, just after you reinstated me after you guys decided to DFA me for a few days.
All right, what happened?
He went on. He came onto the. He called. You called in, so you did your traditional. It's the Halo honk line, and then let me just gun this light on yellow, and got it. And he started the call, and then he started the song. Okay, I'm gonna stop there before you hang me up.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then he's like, and then you're like, oh, I hate you so much. I should just cancel you right now again. And you mistook Vince for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that was probably.
I know. Don't tell me you hate the song.
Yes, I know. I know what song you're talking about. So I'm not even gonna entertain it. So.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Why? It's fine. Because it gives you emotional damage anyway.
Exactly.
So that's a good win. Who's going Canning tomorrow? I'm confident of that one. But Tyler Anderson, when he last started, he did pitch against the veteran Greinke, who we will see on Sunday. But versus the Royals in his last start, I remember watching that game. That was the game we lost to KC 11-8. Anderson sucked. In that start, I remember it was close early on. Trout hit a home run to give us a lead, but then Anderson gave those runs right back.
Well, I know we beat Greinke earlier in the year because I was at that game, but it was kind of. Yeah, I was at that game.
You were at that game when Trout homered and then Quijada pitched the ninth and he hit Melendez to give them the lead?
Yes, I was at that game.
Oh my God! I can't believe you went to that.
Yeah, that was insane. That game sucked. So, I've been to a lot of games this year, and that was not one of my favorites because that was a game we should have easily won.
And my plan is to join you guys for the tailgate on July 1st.
Sweet. We'll look forward to seeing you, my man. Don't run any more red lights.
I should ask first. I need to ask you a few. Oh, what?
I said don't run any more red lights.
I didn't run any red lights. I haven't ran a red light in like 4 years.
Wow.
This light just turned red, and I'm holding up.
Wow. Okay. We're gonna ask real quick because I'm gonna get to the rest of these comments.
Yes. I can make a mean guac and some good pico. Would you like me to make some if I come to the tailgate?
Yes, but this time come on time, not 3 hours late.
I'm sorry, but it's just that situation. I came from school midday, and there was a lot of traffic.
Okay, well then just come earlier because we'll be there around 2, or probably 1 o'clock actually setting up.
Saturday night. That's just after I get off of work.
Then call in sick. Well, think about it. Get back to me. I'm gonna finish the rest of these comments, man.
Okay, Todd. Well, just letting you know, I plan to go to the tailgate. I'm gonna eventually get the ED special calling into the 7. I just call the number.
How dare
ED
you?
special, and they know what I'm talking about.
Correct.
Okay. How much is that if you do remember?
It's $55, but you get everything. So.
Dang, because on the Angels website, I remember that section where you were sitting was 28.
Now they're actually 80 for that game, for that particular game because it's a Saturday fireworks night, and for the bobbleheads, they're actually going for 80.
Oh, it's a bobblehead night. What bobblehead is being given away?
It's the Trout and Ohtani Beach one, City Connect.
Oh, that actually sounds pretty cool. I actually have an Ohtani bobblehead in my room.
Yeah, this is a double bobblehead, so that's another reason why it's expensive. So,
of course,
yep.
And because they always like to market Trout and Ohtani. All right, well, I'm gonna let you get back to the comments. Good call, great win. Let's get another one tomorrow.
Exactly. Have a safe ride home, Grill.
All right.
All right, that's Grill Master right there. Let's see, guys. That was pretty crazy to hear our boy having a party in his own house. He's partying up. He had to call to let us know. Jerry instead of Gary, so that's my bad, Jerry. Let's see, Grill Master. No one is hoping for David Fletcher to get called up. I'd rather see Savage guarded than Fletch batting. Wow. Also, we win in the AL West, Marky Mark said. Also, get to the fucking point. You guys enjoying Grill Master's call. Let's see. Jerry says we'll be at the Squiddy Poo will be at the tailgate. The hell he is. I hope he's DFA'd by them. Let's see. Ban Grill Master from the tailgate. Ryan says. Ryan also said if Grill Master was a pitcher, he'd lead the league in pitch clock violations. Grill Master should get me a bobblehead. He should. You're his girl. You got to do it. You got to do it, Grill. He's got to buy you 1 or 2 right there. Hold on. I got to find that since you guys always call for it, man. You guys always call for this song. It's like I got to play it. Hold on.
This black music.
Not that one. Commercials. Come on, get to the point. Get to the point. See, I should have had this queued up before. Now I could skip the ads, and then here we are.
I'll be your dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be your fantasy. I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. I love you more with every breath, truly, madly, deeply.
So have we come to an understanding of what this team is as far as what does the Savage Garden truly mean for the Angels? What does that song mean? Is that a win where it's just like a meh win? You know, it's a Savage Garden game, or what do you think? What do you think that song should be? Because we need to come to an understanding, because there's some people like Dan always pushes for Stukas. There's a lot of people that like Savage Garden, but we got to get one. We got to get one as far as what's for what. You know what I mean? Is Stukas the song when we get a good victory, or is it Savage Garden? Like are we going that route? Because I want to know. Because maybe I should make that a what do you call it? A question, because you got this one. Let me get to the point. That's the only one I can play. That's a karaoke version of the Dickies tribute, Stukas Over Disneyland. Or you got this guy.
I will be strong, I will be faithful, 'cause I'm counting on a new beginning.
He hits that every time. A new beginning. The Buttercup one is only when we blow the game. Like if the other night Estevez comes in there, loads of bases, and then Webb couldn't do what he did, pull him Houdini, then we'd be playing this.
Why do you build me up, Buttercup, baby, just to let me down?
That's for a devastating loss. That's for one of those games where you're watching for 8 innings, and then it's like all of a sudden you're anticipating a win, and the bullpen blows it. So we got the Buttercup for that. We need a song like, mine was like when we get a comeback win, I like the Van Halen song. I told you that yesterday. I like the Van Halen, what do you call it, Right Now. That's one that I like a lot, and I have to look up the cover one because, again, I don't want to get hit with a strike. I haven't been hit with the one yet. They've just warned me a couple times, so it's like, yeah. They have some chicks singing this? What? There's some chicks singing the Van Halen one. I bet you it's not that good. That's not being me being chauvinist. It's just I don't think you can. It takes a lot to get to it. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't bad. Not. Oh, snap. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. See, that's a song I like. Okay, so that's actually the same 14-year-old playing, like she's on different cameras, playing the piano, the drums, and both guitars, bass, and lead. That's pretty damn good. But I know there's no lyrics to it, and I'd have to find one with lyrics. But that's pretty damn good. See, I'm sorry. I have to apologize to that chick. Cena drums. Not bad. That's actually pretty good. I have to find a Van Halen one because I am partial to that song. I love that one because Right Here, Right Now is a good one. The acoustic version of Stukas sounds fun. It's a happy song. Let's see. She left you because you listened to Savage Garden. That one, Savage Garden, is not a sad song. It puts a smile on my face. Always reminds me of my girlfriend before she left me. Oh, that's why you said that. See, Todd. What is it? Pardon Savage Garden play Savage Garden in the shower with shampoo bottle mic. See, I don't have shampoo. If I had hair, I'd have shampoo. Let's see. Should the Angels, with the injuries now, trade for more depth? 56% of you said yes now, and 45% said no. Wait till the deadline. So that's a pretty close one right there. Grillmaster's song is YMCA. Sean likes the Hell Yeah. Hell likes that song. Let's see. Go F yourself, Ron. Todd Fox, what is the remake of Calling All Angels you played the other night for your outro? Let me see that one I got. I won't play it because I played the whole damn thing. Oh, here we go. It's the Halo Honk line.
First time in a very long time.
No, it's the chair. It's the pregame master. What's going on, my man?
Yeah, hopefully, if you haven't already, everybody, check that out before. Well, I'm gonna try to do it before every Angel game. Work is kind of leveled out now, so. Well, I see you, Todd Fox, or should I say JoJo, on the radio tonight, playing all these hits.
Yeah, I'm only playing what is it called? I'm playing D's top 5. So Rick D's. There you go.
Oh God, yeah, he's asleep. I'm Casey Case. I'll tell you what, it was a good win. You know, the issue was, hey, you don't want to have those young guys get caught in the rundown. You saw that with Moniak. That could have been the 4th run. I believe Jury, wasn't paying attention. It was just those little things. It could have been a 5-0 shutout.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll take the win regardless. No let up. Don't take anyone for granted. This team, even though it doesn't have Vinny Asquantano and probably butchered that name, Salvador Perez. I know Matty V was saying, he might be day to day. He'll try to get into the series. Perez is such a gamer. I always wondered if he'll get, traded away to try to win another ring, but it feels like he's going to be a Royal for life. But man, I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't realize the Royals bullpen was that bad. Like, I knew the hitting was bad, the team record is bad. But damn, they're going for an all-time low there. So, you mentioned the City Connects of the Royals. I was like, you know what? Compared to other ones out there, they don't look so bad. Because I have I'm watching the San Diego game and they have that neon crap on, and
that's pretty loud. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then you have the unimaginative Baltimore and Cincinnati City Connects.
Yeah, those are terrible, dude. I mean, I was anticipating the Orioles going with sort of like the Maryland football team. I don't know if you've seen it, how they pretty much use the entire flag as their jersey. I thought they were going to go with something like that or something related to the Oriole bird itself. And they just went unimaginative, and Cincinnati went the same thing. It's like, don't they get the memo from the NFL? The NFL puts teams like the Jets and the Chiefs in red jerseys or black jerseys. It's like the black, Jaguars, and you don't need that in baseball per se. I think that you can go with pinstripe or you can go retro. There's ways they could have made those jerseys look a lot better.
Yeah, the one thing I did find out, I was watching one of the Oriole games against, I think it was the Blue Jays earlier this week, and it seems like, dude, whenever those top 4 AL East teams play each other, it's always must watch. And then whenever they play an AL West team, you always hope that the East wins, of course. So far, so good tonight, I guess, for the first game of those series. Orioles, they have that Maryland flag patch, but it's all in black, so you can't really tell it's there on the City Connect. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
But hey, it was good to get the win again. I really, with the trade talk, it's like, man, I don't know who the hell. I mean, there's a lot we want to trade in the system, but it's a thing where, hey, does anybody want these guys? Like Adele, Fletcher, the 5-letter nickname I won't mention because, you got emotional damage whenever he's mentioned. The dude who dresses nice. I'll just say that instead of Squid. Oops, I said Squid.
Yeah.
Look, I want to get Burns, but I don't want Stroman. I just think, I said in the comments, and I wanted to address that, where it's just like, hey, he has mental, like, not issues, but it's just like, he'll piss people off. And it's cool if he's on your side, but if he's doing it against you, you're going to feel some type of way. Like he did against his old team against the Mets. But everybody's like, what the hell? He had a good rapport with the Mets. Why the hell would he do that crap? And I saw the box score there, and I'm thinking, you and I, box score, we can make better city connects than what some of these MLB teams have done. It's just been awful.
Yeah, there's still a bunch more to come too. Like there are a couple more this year and a couple more next year. So.
I believe either it's got to be next year. The A's will have theirs out, but you have to wonder. Well, if they're leaving, it's going to be a Vegas thing, not an Oakland thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, enough about uniforms. Hopefully the Angels get the win against the opener tomorrow. I'll try to get the pregame in by almost midnight, by noon tomorrow. I know the game's at 1 on FS1, and it was weird to hear Matty V instead of Patrick O'Neill, but I guess I don't know what happened to Patrick O'Neill. I thought he would be subbing in tonight, but I guess we were spared that, luckily.
Yeah, but were we though with Matty V though? Like, because I think he's lost it for me as far as an Angels commentator. He's not very good, and it'd be random to use him. And like I would have thought he would have been in Texas, to be honest with you, and then he's showing up in Kansas City. I'm all interesting.
Well, that's only because Wayne, I guess, only does the Friday night Apple games, so he comes right back. But it's funny, yeah, you mentioned that with Matty V. I was like, man, I'm like Fernando would say. That was part of his childhood with the Padres, heading out to there on the television. And then I kind of got excited. I was like, man, we're going to have Matty V. And it turns out, he's only doing, like, limited work. So it's like, I don't know. Always wanted one guy. Maybe Wayne's the guy. But, man, Gooby's feeling good being back home in Kansas City. You could tell, they're getting the love and all that. But, hey. I'll see everybody on the pregame tomorrow, hopefully around noon, and then hopefully we can get another win. Shout out to Angel's grandma being out there. She got the fireworks show tonight.
That's cool.
Because I was wondering why all those Royal fans were still there at the game. I'm like, dude, your team sucks. Why are you still at the game sitting there?
Well,
it must be fireworks.
They really don't do fireworks all that much. So when they do, it's like they take advantage over there. So.
Well, yeah, no home runs to get out of there, so you don't need fireworks for that, I guess.
Yep.
But, hey, man, I'll get out of here. Shout out to everybody in the comments. The comments were on fire tonight. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
I mean, Grillmaster coming to the tailgate, probably going to be too late to grill. Like I mentioned. All right. I'll see everyone soon. Later.
All right, brother. All right, that's James right there, the first-time caller. And, again, catch his pregame show before every Angel game. He's going to be back on it. Real quick here, I know it's a played-out song because Roger uses it, but these girls, I found another one on here, and they're doing a Metallica cover. Not bad. Watch if you – it's not bad, dude. The same drummer and like two of her friends, so it's like, whoa. We fast forward a little bit. Nah, not the voice, but everything else was good. Yeah, stick to playing. Need another lead singer, but that's not bad, And I'm not gonna go with Metallica because I think it's played out. But I would like to definitely at some point change up my intro and then also maybe have a good song for when we win. The Madly Deeply, we got to find a spot for this dude. And maybe if you guys like another Savage Garden. We'll find another Savage Garden song, but for the most part, we'll go with that. Yeah, lots to talk about. But that's what happens when you win. You can talk about stuff like this. Absolutely. Let's see. Also, Marcus Stroman made fun of the Angels fans last season and off season. Plus, he's cocky and ghetto. So Jesus says no. I do not like him as well. So he's with you, the chair. So I think that's it for tonight. We did a good job, like you said, and James said too. Good on the comments and everything else like that. Angels get a 3-0 shutout of the Kansas City Royals. We're going to be back at it tomorrow. I'm probably going to be on here too with Dominique. So me and Dominique will be doing the post-game show tomorrow a little later because I should be here around 5. So I know the game starts at 1 tomorrow, so it's going to be a little bit after the game, and I'll be on here with Dominique, and we'll run a special post game there. Sunday's up in the air because it's usually a family day, so we'll see what happens there. But we'll be back at it. If you don't see me after Saturday, it'll be Tuesday for sure when the Dodgers come to town. And then we should be running up a podcast or two talking about everything. Pennywise, Jerry says. Ooh, what Pennywise song, though? Because there is one that I'm not too fond of that they do, but if you can give me a song on that, I'll check that out real quick. Yeah, Sunday is Father's Day, so I'm that day's a little bittersweet for me. Jack Chandler says, "Let's go Angels." Let me just see real quick, because I do want to check that last song because I know Pennywise has some pretty good ass songs. It just depends on what one it is. Pennywise cover songs here. Stand by me. Don't understand me.
Resurrection, boy. Restore the king.
That's a commercial, of course. I freaking hate YouTube for that version, and I ain't gonna pay for shit like that. I already pay enough for my streaming services or freaking any kind of like, what is it called? Podcasting stuff, which I do a lot of. Let's see. That's a cover of a cover. That's not good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find one for Pennywise. Let's see. If not for a mother, we would not have Father's Day. Absolutely. I'll be drunk Father's Day. Angel game. Also, cheers to all of you. Yeah, cheers to all of you too as well. California Dreaming. Oh, so you like that one? Yeah, because that's the cover right now. The Pennywise California Dreaming. I know they have other songs. I'm going to look up one more real quick before I get out of here. I know they did Territorial Pissings. I remember that song. It was Nirvana cover. I'll find something. But we need I'm going to do a vote one night. We'll get the best songs that you guys like and put them together for certain situations. The Buttercup is already reserved for a blown save. We need a happy one for the... Dan, we're going to put it to vote. I already got the Stukas in there, my man. How about No Doubt OC? Original version of California Dreamin' by the Mamas and Papas. It is a classic song. Oh, yeah, Bro Him by Pennywise. That's the one I always forget about, and that's like their most... what is it called? That's their most favorite song there. Let's see. Everyone likes that one. Let's see. That is a good one, actually. Hold on. That's not bad for like a home run or like a big comeback. Bro Him's a really good song. That one's pretty good. I'll give you that one. That one's really good. Tragic Kingdom, hella good after Angel wins. Yeah, that one's always good. What's the one they used to play? What's the one band for when they used to hit home runs? Go dun, 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 dun. But Broham was a home run song for a while too. Also Blur. Blur was another good one. The number 2 song. I freaking love that song. Watch. I love the freaking song. That's like the woohoo, you know what I mean? Number 2 cover. This is interesting. Hold on. First of all,
Try killing.
Of course, commercial. I don't want to try killing anything. Before I get out of here, too, just see Korn is in the OC. Oh, Chelsea Dagger. Chelsea Dagger is awesome. Black Sabbath, Iron Man is good for ninth inning. That's more of a closer, a closer type song when it comes out. That one's a good one too. Here we go. It should be starting up right now. This is a cover, by the way. That's not bad. It's done by chicks too, so it's not bad. Yeah, so we'll get into, I guess, more of that on Music Talk on JoJo on the Radio, Kiss FM. But anyway, good show again tonight. I'm actually going to play us off to, what should I play us off to? I'm going to come up with something non-biased here because, because I've been playing we're trying to get the kind of songs locked down. Geez, what should I play us out on?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
Is there a
you
playoff song?
Me?
I don't know. Nah, I'll just play us off to the Blur song. And catch you guys on the flip side tomorrow. Go Angels.